Veteran Salute is sponsored by the DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.
Military service was all about new experiences for tonight's Veteran Salute. Whatever the job he was given, he found a way to get it done. Here's KSN's Katie Tobby.
Howard Hamilton spent his first few years in the service stateside and would eventually take his skills over to serve in Japan as well. There, he says, he saw a disconnect between what was happening in the war and what people read about it at home.
That was the first time I was ever 100 miles from home.
Howard reported for the draft in 1940 and was asked if he had any objection to being part of the Army Air Corps grounds crew.
He didn't have any objections to that when we knew of all these people over there fighting in Europe and in the foxholes and stuff and having a heck of a time.
So Howard says he fought the Battle of Texas for 3 years, taking care of the P-47 fighter plane.
Whatever that airplane needed, that was your job. You only assigned one man to each airplane.
Howard had no previous experience with aircraft before entering the military. He learned quickly, remembering a time when wind blew something across the airfield that hit the bomb bay door of an airplane and put a hole in it.
I had to patch that. I'd never even seen a rivet before. It took me about a half a day to patch that and get it all fixed up.
As Howard learned some skills, he admits that job would have later taken him only a half hour. Eventually, Howard would head to San Francisco, preparing to deploy overseas to Japan. He got some good news while waiting for his ship.
By golly, all at once the war was over with. But I went anyway. That made it a good trip.
It was in Japan, while staying with a Japanese soldier, he says he observed how the Japanese viewed human life.
When they dropped bombs there all around him in the town there where he was living, and said, "Bodies just flew," and he just laughed. It was the funniest thing to him. But he had a famous old guitar up on a shelf in his house there, and when they dropped a bomb pretty close to his house, that guitar fell off the shelf and broke. That wasn't funny at all.
Howard was discharged in 1945 and remembers reading accounts of the war in Japan in the Beacon when he got back home.
One of the articles was about how the Japanese men were just like any other man. The other one was about how bad they were. I said, well, the problem with those people was that they never were in Japan.
Howard got married in 1946 and had 3 daughters. With no construction experience, he managed to build his family a home here in Wichita while working for Boeing. And now, at 96, he still walks half a mile every morning. Here for you in Wichita, Katie Tobby, KSN News.
Tonight, we salute Howard Hamilton for his service during World War II.
On behalf of DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to be here with Howard Hamilton, who served in World War II and worked on the P-47. Howard, we're honored to recognize you as this week's Veteran of the Week.
And I appreciate it very much. It was a great honor to serve the country.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.